Hey, what's up, everybody? Clintus here, and it's post Podcamp AZ, and hopefully you went. If you didn't, shame on you. It was good times. It was good times. This was the third Podcamp AZ, and definitely a different vibe this year than the previous years. I said that multiple times this week, and I really can't put my finger on it what the difference was, but it just felt a little different. I think we definitely had a lot more local presence there, which was awesome, right? More local speakers, more local volunteers, just Arizona represented, and so it was cool. It was definitely cool to see a lot of first-timers. I met a lot of cool people that have never been to a Podcamp before, so that's awesome. I think that's really important. I had a session on Sunday and had a really good turnout. I appreciate everyone who came out and heard me speak. I appreciate all the Q&A afterwards, and yeah, so it was like I said, it was good times. It was really great to see all my friends, as usual. With any kind of conference or big gathering like that. Also on Friday was Wordcamp, and that was my first time at a Wordcamp. It was the Phoenix's first Wordcamp, and I spoke at that as well. And that was definitely completely different than Podcamp. Podcamp, there's multiple sessions going on at one time, so that you have a kind of a choice of which session you want to go to, and because there's sessions all day long, people in and out, all that kind of thing. Wordcamp, it was kind of one speaker at a time, the whole audience looking at you. So, granted, I was the last speaker, so not everybody was still there. A lot of people had already left, but out of 500 people that showed up, I would say that there was still at least 200, 250, maybe even 300. I don't know. I have no idea. But it was still a very large crowd. So I'm sitting on this stage, and it's just a massive amount of people. But it was good. It was good times. Again, a lot of good Q&A, a lot of good feedback afterwards, and so I really appreciate that. Thank you. So now what, right? Now what do we do? Well, now you blog about Podcamp and Wordcamp. You post your photos and your videos, and you look for the next big event, right? You look for the next Podcamp, the next Wordcamp, whether it's here locally or not. You keep going, and you keep representing, you keep learning, you keep sharing. The sharing part is the big thing, right? So whatever you learned this weekend, whether it was at Podcamp or Wordcamp, you take that and you share it with someone else. Whether they know what the hell you're talking about or not, it doesn't matter. Share what you learned and share those experiences, because that's what it's all about.